Hello, everybody, and we continue with the Peticha LeChokmat HaKabbalah. And thank God to my friend Michael and Sophia was able to put it together, and Jason, of course, and our team of translation, Michal, Ricardo, so we're capable and able to read it directly, digitally from the site of Sophia in Hebrew and English. The wisdom of Bala Sulam, Admor, Rabbi Yehuda Ashlag. And last time we discussed the whole idea of building a desire. Now, of course, the big question is, why do we study about desire? What is the aspect of desire that we need to know? I mean, after all, the Chokhmat Kabbalah, the wisdom of Kabbalah, if you listen to it, does Kabbalah mean lekabel, to receive? So we need to understand why such a wisdom called lekabel, to receive. And the answer, it's a very simple answer. Receiving is the expression of the light of Hashem Yitbarach, meaning the light that's coming all the way from the Ein Sof. If you study the Talmud Esther Sfirot, and if you didn't, please do, on our site vitaltransformation.org, and you'll see that all the idea of the Or Ein Sof as it comes from above to below has to come into levels. As you're getting closer to the light, there is no desire. As you're getting away from the light, there is more desire. So the expression of the light to a full capacity will always come wherever there is a full desire. Because wherever there is a all desire to manifest things, that's where the light comes into expression. For that reason, we are looking at the name of Hashem, Yud Ke Vav Ke, Tachegameten. The Yud Ke Vav Ke, Havaya, Hashem Havaya, is divided into levels of desire, which the Yud is corresponding to Chokhmah, less amount of desire. A, the first A, is the letter that represents Bina, more desire there. Vav, more desire there. And A, the totality of the desire. And of course, all of that level of desire is coming to expression in a very different way. Because in the level of Yud, as Rabbi Yehuda Ashlag explained, in that level, as we can see graphically, the letter is small, meaning that the vessel is small, because letter represent vessel, retzonot. Otiyot is retzonot. That's why in the Torah we see only the otiyot. We don't see the nekudot, we don't see the te'amim, we see the otiyot and the tagin. Okay, so in this explanation, the otiyot will be A of Malchut. The tagin will be Vav of Yud Ke Vav Ke. The nekudot will be Bina, the upper A of the Yud Ke Vav Ke, and the te'amim will be the Yud of the Yud Ke Vav Ke. So what Rav Ashlag is helping us to understand here, the name of Hashem is not just by coincidence Yud Ke Vav Ke. It's not just happen like that. And Rav Ashlag also explained to us that there is two different light, even it's all coming from one light, it's how it's come to expression. So light of Chokhmah is the essence of the light of the Creator, coming from above to below, all right, from the Ein Sof into the first vessel is the letter Yud, without desire to it, but still the totality of the light go there. And then from that, the same Yud is evolved to become the letter A, because within the end of Yud, there is an expression of I want to give, which don't exist in the Yud. Yud doesn't have a personality to give or to receive, it's just there to receive, because the Creator say to receive, that's what we're going to do, Naseh v'nishma kind of a thing. And then in Hey, it's already, I want to give. That's what Bina, Ohevet Chesed. V'ta'amod achoto mirachok. Okay, emor lachokma achotiyat. All those code words I just mentioned is related to Bina. The Bina is achot lachokma. She's the sister of the Yud. That's why most of the Chagim of the Yudim happening in Yud and K. And Tedvav, which is 15 of the months. That's why in Pesach we have Yud K and the Seder. Kadesh Urchatz, it's 15 step. Everything is the Yud K. In Purim we have Shtiya, Shata, Yud K. We have Achila, Achal, Yud K. So whenever you find the Yud K, we're related to Chokhmah or Bina, or if you want, when you take the word mitzvah. So those of you who know the code of Atbash, the Mem Tzadik is Nistar. We don't know a lot about it because that's Chokhmah or Bina. And Nistarot L'Hashem Elokeinu, Yud K. So the Yud K, Mem Tzadik is Nistar. In Adbash, Mem Tzadik is Yud K. And then Vav K is there. So within the mitzvah, you can see also the Yud K Vav K as well. I don't want to blow your mind with too much of information in Kabbalah. I just felt that last time when I explained letter A, I didn't give it a full explanation. For that reason, I wanted to see there is so many aspects to it, which it doesn't matter how much I'm going to talk about it. It will need to take about 22 years to finish just that paragraph. But because we are supposed to go by the materials of what exists on the page, we have to go into letter Vav. So I just don't want to leave you off kind of not getting it, or you feel you're not getting it. And if you feel you're not getting it, most probably you don't. But it's not because you're not wise. It's a moment of experience and reading more. Eventually, you know more. Because Chokhmat HaKabbalah is nothing to do with just wisdom or emunah or bitachon. It has to be with you being chosen. All what you have to show is a desire for it, and then it will reveal to you. That's why it's called Gilui Eliyahu, revealed of Eliyahu Navi. What is Eliyahu in Gematria? Ban. Ban is the letter A, the lower letter of Malchut. That's Gilui of Eliyahu, meaning that you are capable now to have a real ratzon of the letter A, Malchut, and through that you can have the Gilui of Eliyahu Navi, meaning you have the biggest ratzon, and because you have the biggest ratzon, you have the revelation of all the light of the Kadosh Baruch Hu, of the Borei Barach, and that's what it is. So just to summarize, Yud Ke Vav Ke, first the light comes from the Ein Sof, because the light want to share is forcing as a vessel to receive. That vessel is now Yud. It's evolved now, I want to share. So now it's revealed new light called Or the Chasadim. It doesn't mean new light, it's just the light coming to a different expression. Same light that we call light of wisdom, but now it's light of Chasadim, because it's come from the vessel point of view, from the emanated point of view, from the Ne'etzal Gufe. And after that we have the letter Vav. The letter Vav is expressing the light that was just revealed, the light of Chasadim, passing it on to the letter A. So the letter A now of Malchut, now that the last letter A need the original light that was given to Yud, and now it's receiving the light because he wanted, not because he forced to receive it. ואז נשלמים כלי הקבלה בקביעות. And then, as Rav Ashlag always mentioned it, the vessels is complete בקביעות. It's complete itself by settled down as a true vessel. Again, as I start, why is it so important for us to know? Because if you don't have desire, אם אין רצון אין צינור, רצון צינור, same letters Rav Ashlag said, that means there is no השפעות בצינורות ההשפעה. There is not enough influence of light coming from above to below, and for that reason you're not going to have the light that you need. I'm now in letter Vav. ואלו ד' ההבחנות הנ"ל הוא סוד 10 ספירות. The same way that we look at the differences between י' כו' כ', is also corresponding to the 10 ספירות. הנבחנות בכל נאצל וכל נברא, those ספירות exist in every emanated, in every creature or every creation, and בכלל כולו שאין ד' העולמות, whatever we talk in a general idea, which is כלל העולמות, the worlds or the universes, okay, ד' העולמות. And when we said ד' העולמות, I hope by now you know, there's 4 עולמות that we related to, אצילות, בריאה, יצירה ועשייה, emanation, creation, formation and action, ואין בפרט קטן ביותר שבמציאות. So everything exists in every details. For me, Rav Ashlag is teaching us in every details of life you have 4 categories. Meaning the Yud Ke Vav Ke is basically in everything. Your thought process has to go to Yud Ke Vav Ke. Everything has to go to Yud Ke Vav Ke. It's tremendous. Like first you have an idea. What the idea come from? The creator want to share with you. Do you want that idea? You don't even thinking about it. So the idea will be Yud. Now you're thinking how to share it, what to do with it, what to do. A. Now Vav, you go ahead and you build the blueprint and you build everything, you buy the nails to build the house or whatever the idea was. Vav. Then you're building the house. A. So that's the Yud Ke Vav Ke. So it exists everywhere. ובחינה א' נקראת חוכמה. So now we're going back to what we're saying. A. The first stage or the first phase we'll call חוכמה או עולם אצילות, or we call it the world of emanation. ובחינה ב', the second stage or the second phase, we call it בינה, or the world of בריאה, creation. בחינה ג', the third phase, we're going to call תפארת, or if you want זעיר אנפין, או עולם היצירה, or the world of formation. בחינה ד', the fourth phase or the fourth stage, call it מלכות, or we're going to call it עולם העשייה, the world of action. ונבהרת הדלת בבחינות הנוהגות בכל נשמה, it also exists in every soul, כשהנשמה נמשכת מאינסוף ברוך הוא, when the soul is coming from the אינסוף, from the endless blessed be he, או בא לעולם אצילות, and coming to the world of emanation, היא בחינת א' של הנשמה. This is the first expression of the soul, what we call בחינה א', is the first stage of the soul. ושם עוד אינה נבחנת בשם הזה. It's not yet been called by the right name, כי השם נשמה יורש שיש בה איזה הפרש מהאציל ברוך הוא. And we don't call it נשמה yet, because if you give it a name, whenever you give a name to something, because רב אשלג say, in תלמוד הספירות, כל מה שלא נדעהו, לא נדעהו בשם, כל מה שלא נשגיעו לא נדעהו בשם. Meaning, if you didn't reach it, if you didn't comprehend, if you didn't grasp it, you cannot give it a name. So for that reason, it's not yet been given the name soul, neshama, because it's not yet separated from the מאציל, from the emanator. שעל ידי ההפרש הזה אתם מבחינת אינסוף, בא לזה גילוי לרשות בפני עצמה. Because once the neshama coming in to express itself with the name neshama, soul, that means it's left the Ensof, it left the endless. Because if it's still with the endless, it doesn't even exist. If the sugar been melting into hot tea, then the sugar is part of the hot tea. Once we're able to separate the sugar from the hot tea, it's no longer a tea or hot tea or sweet hot tea, it's a sugar. So only when it's separate from what the totality is, it's coming with the name. וכל עוד שאין בצורת כלי, until it doesn't build the vessel meaning desire, a totality of the vessel, 4 stages as we study, אין מה שיפריד אותה מעצמותו יתברך. There is nothing that separates that neshama from the emanator. So the only way the neshama coming into expression, into personality, into identity, if it leaves the emanator, עד שתהיה רוליה בשם בפני עצמה, until it will be called by the right name. When I say by the right name, meaning Shem, show us, name mean that this is no longer part of the emanator, it's by itself. We know the first stage of desire, which is Bechina Aleph, which is either Chokhmah or Atzilut, whatever you want to call it. It's not considered yet a vessel, because it was no free will to receive there. It was just force on it to receive so the light can give. That's what we say in the world of emanation, it's all God. There is no real vessel or expression of desire. Because it's one. Even the animals, or the soul of an animal, that passing the Olam Atzilut, that passing the world of emanation, they still consider that they're part of the emanator. Nothing really changed. ובעולם בריאה, so if we're talking about בריאה, if we're talking about the world of creation, כבר שולטת בחינה ב', that's already בחינה ב', remember, בינה, it's when the vessel want to share. דהיינו בחינת הכלי של הרצון להשפיע, now the vessel want to give, it's been evolved now, the same vessel, into giving. ועל כן שהנשמה משתלשלת בה לעולם הבריאה, when the soul coming to בריאה, to the world of creation, משגת בחינת הכלי ההוא אשר שם, and she achieve and receive and grasp that vessel of בריאה, then we call it נשמה. דהיינו שכבר יצא מתפרדה מבחינת עצמותו יתברך, because it's no longer part of אצילות, it's no longer part of the Ensof, because now it's coming into expression that I want to give. והיא עולה בשם בפני עצמה. Now we call it the name. להיקרא נשמה. What's the name? נשמה. אמנם כלי זה זך מאוד. This vessel has no coarseness. It's too clean. It's too powerful. There is no desire there at all. So no identity, strong identity yet. להיות בהשוואת הצורה למאציל, ועל כן נחשבת הרוחניות גמורה. So this vessel is the first vessel in a way, but it still have an affinity with the upper world. So if it's have an affinity with the upper world, it's still Ruchaniyut Gmura, but it's complete spirituality, no physicality. But it's still less than the vessel that exists in Atzilut and emanation. So what about the next one? בעולם היצירה כבר שולטת, בחינה ג' הנ"ל. So in the Yetzirah, in the world of formation, which is the third level, or the letter Vav, it's already expressing itself more desire. שהוא כלולה מעט רצון לקבל, it's a little bit of desire to receive. ועל כן שהנשמה משתמשת בה לעולם היצירה, מסגת הכלי ההוא, יצא מבחינת הרוחניות של הנשמה. So now the soul is living בריאה, leaving the spiritual aspect of the soul, ונקראת בשם רוח. And the same נשמה, we no longer call it נשמה, we call it רוח. כי כאן הכלי שלו כבר מעורב באביות מועטת. Here the vessel start to get some coarseness, meaning the soul start to get some coarseness, some אביות, some thickness, some desire. דהיינו מעט הרצון לקבל שיש בו. little bit of desire to receive now. אמנם עדיין נבחן לרוחני, but it's still spiritual. כי אין שיעור אביות זו מספקת להבדילו לגמרי מן עצמותו יתברך. This desire to receive in the third level is not enough strong desire to separate it from the emanator totally. נקרא בשם גוף. So we cannot call it body yet that receive everything. It's still רוחני, but it's more desire than the one before. I mean tet. ובעולם עשייה, in the world of action, where מלכות is, where the letter A, second letter A is, כבר שולטת בחינה הדלת. This is already the fourth phase, or the fourth stage, or מלכות, or the lower A, שהיא כבר הכלי של הרצון לקבל הגדול. Now come to expression the total identity of the vessel as it receive everything, ועל כן מסגת בחינת גוף נפרד ונבדל לגמרי. And now she is achieving the true body that is being separated totally from the emanator, blessed be he, העומד ברשות עצמו. So now it's by itself. והאור שבו and the light within it, called nefesh. Every time we mention nefesh, רוח, נשמה, we are talking from the aspect of the light within the vessel. המורה על אור בלי תנועה מעצמו. What is nefesh usually? It's a light that cannot express or share with others. The lowest level. ותדע שאין לך פרט קטן במציאות שלא יהיה כלול מכל ההביע. Every part, that was בעל הסולם, every part in the universe has to be included with אצילות, בריאה, יצירה ועשייה. Everything has to be connected to that. And I'm just going to do yud. ואינך, and you, מוצא, found or find, איך שהנפש הזאת שהיא אור החיים המלובש בגוף, this nefesh which is the livelihood and the light of life that will be dressed with our body, נמשכת יש מיש. This has come something from something. מעצמותו יתברך ממש. Because it's coming from the essence of the creator totally. ובעברה דרך דלת עולמות הביע. And when our soul is going through אצילות, בריאה, יצירה ועשייה, כן היא הולכת מתרחקת מאור פניו יתברך. Then the soul is getting distance and more distance from the light of the face of the creator, blessed be he. עד שבא בכלי מיוחד לנקרא גוף, until it come to a special vessel that called body. ואז יבחן הכלי לגמר צורתו הרצוי, and then the vessel come into a full expression of the desire to receive. ואם אמנם גם האור שבא נתמעט מאוד, if the light within her is getting less, עד שנקרא בו שורש מוצאו, if חס ושלום, a person is nefesh, lost all the light while he's within the vessel, which is sad if that happened. אם כל זה על ידי העסק בתורה ומצוות. If the person study Torah and do mitzvot, not regular, listen to what he say. על מנת להשפיע נחת רוח ליוצרו. It's not enough to do Torah and mitzvot. The Torah and mitzvot is to be done לעשות נחת רוח ליוצרו. לעשות נחת רוח ליוצרו. Not for ourselves. Not the mitzvot to show the ego. Not to teach Torah because I'm smarter. לעשות נחת רוח ליוצרו. Not to have enough for myself. הוא הולך ומזכך את הכלי שלא נקרא גוף. Then we can take the nefesh and by the Torah and mitzvot we purified even the body which become the vessel for the nefesh. עד שנעשה ראוי לקבל את השפע הגדול בכל שיעור הכלול במחשבת הבריאה בעת שברא. Then even the body and the soul is deserving now to getting all the light that the Creator, blessed be He, want to give. The question is why? Why now the light is capable to give everything? Well, it's very simple and very profound at the same time. The whole laws of affinity in Kabbalah are very important. Shivui tzura. When a person is acting like the Creator, everything is working. Right? להידבק במידותיו. חנון, רחום. So, when you are thinking, when you study Torah, how you can receive everything from the Torah for yourself, how you can be smart, how you can be sound as a better rabbi, as a better student, then it's about you. Then it's about you getting something. So there is not לעשות נחת רוח ליוצרו, the opposite. תורתו נסתה לו שמה מוות. For that reason, the Torah mitzvot cannot help you if you don't do it לעשות נחת ליוצרו. וזה שאמר רבי חנניה בן הקשיא, רצה הקדוש ברוך הוא לזכות את ישראל. Now you understand רבי חנניה בן הקשיא. הקדוש ברוך הוא want לזכות, מה זה לזכות? כמו זכוכית, like a glass, to purify us. What did he give us? לפיכך הרבה להם תורה ומצוות. He give us תורה ומצוות, through the תורה ומצוות, you can be זך וטהור. Thank you.